So you want to know how you can make money in this type of economy? Well, my name is Sagar. In this video, I'm going to share my 4-step formula I used to scale my agency to 6 figures and my multiple of my brands to 7 figures. I'm making this video so you can learn from my experience and replicate this exact strategy in your life and business so you can fire your boss and buy some Gucci shoes. I know people always want to see some screenshot. Listen, brother, either you believe me or you don't. First step, you want to decide the business model. For this video, I'm going with the service-based agency, so I'm going to be providing a social media service to my clients. It could be any type of agency. It could be a blue-collar agency where you provide a plumbing service to your clients, or you provide a moving service, electrical service, and most of these blue-collar agencies make 6 figures, even 7 figures, and this is where the second step comes into play. And before I get deep into the second step, I just want to let you know this is where it gets hard. This is where it gets tricky. So if you're looking for something simple, man, already exit the video, because making 6 figures a year or 7 figures a year, it's hard. There's so much competition. Just look at the sheer numbers. Look at the amount of people in the entire world, 7 billion people. How many people actually make 6 or 7 figures per year? So there's going to be a lot of competition to get up there, but I think it's definitely doable. So second step is, whatever the business model you picked in the first step, you want to do more research on that. So you want to ask yourself what niche you want to serve. What are you good at? Are you good at making website, or are you good at making cabinet? You want to spend about a week on this, about 7 days, really asking yourself some deep questions like, what would you want to do? What kind of target audience you want to work with? You want to work with people who just getting into business, or who have a business for a long time? You want to work with online businesses, or people who have boring offline business, or you want to work with animal, you want to work with people? So that's the questions you want to ask. So for my agency, I came up with the idea that I'm going to work with business owners who got offline brick and mortar businesses, and I'm going to help them increase their revenue using social media. And actually, I did not come up with the idea. Shout out to my brother Preston. So we were just hanging out in my office, and at this point I had already got my first 2 clients. First client I had was an e-commerce store, and the second client I had was a Mexican restaurant. And I was just asking him like, bro, how can I get more clients? And he's like, brother, I actually live in the area and I see there's a lot of Asian business owners, especially Indian business owners, and you speak the same language. Why don't you just call them and pitch your services? I think they will be interested. I was like, you think so, bro? He was like, yeah, try it. I was like, cool, man, I'll give it a shot sometime. And he's like, what you mean you'll give it a shot sometime? Call him right now. I said, bro, it's Friday, 5:30. People just home. We'll just do it sometime. I said, bro, what are you acting up? He started pressing me. He's like, nah, bro, you gotta call him right now. I said, for real? So I called this first guy. It's the first person I called. So he picked this random listing. So he searched Indian businesses in the area. He scrolled and he got me this number. So I called him, and this guy picks up at a restaurant. I was like, what's going on, brother? And I was like, is the owner there? So owner wasn't there, right? So I told that guy, I was like, man, it's some really important information about the business. I need to get in the contact with owner right now. But I said it in the language. And that guy was, for real? I was like, yeah. So I got the number of the owner, and right off the bat, I called the owner and he picked up. Preston gave me this script. It's very simple. The first part of the conversation, you just let them know how much you are interested in their business, if you like their business or not. So I just let him know, man, I have tried your restaurant. You got fire food. He was like, oh, thank you. And I was like, why don't you argue on social media? And we have this whole conversation in the language. He's like, man, I am interested. Why don't we just meet up sometime and we can talk more about that? I was like, perfect. And we ended up meeting with the client at a later date, and he signed with us.
Your profit on a mere $6,000 investment would be upwards of $60,000.
And that's how I really found my niche. And that's the advice I would give to you. Don't procrastinate. Call your clients right now and tell them, bro, let's meet up and make some money. So this is where I doubled down. I really understood my business. Basically, I want to help immigrant entrepreneurs or business owners increase their offline revenue using online marketing. Again, attribution is always going to be a big problem for an agency like me, but any model you pick, any agency style you pick, it's gonna have its own pros and its own cons. So don't ever let anybody tell you, man, oh, this industry, this happens in the industry. If you sell clothes, you're gonna have a lot of returns. If you do real estate, it's gonna be really hard to get leads. So, every single industry gonna have its own cons, but every single industry gonna have its own pros. So the industry I'm in, it has some beautiful pros, which I wouldn't get into this video because, we're gonna start getting into too much advanced stuff. My advice is, just start with something simple, and as you progress down the road, you can always pivot towards different niches. And as I promised, I'm gonna give you some good example of the industry styles that are in demand as of right now in 2023. Number 1, running ads for any business, man. All these businesses you see, whether an online business or an offline business, they all need ads. Run some kind of ads for them. Pinterest ads, Snapchat, Google. You find that. I'm not gonna find that for you. You see what kind of ads you think will help their business and run ads for them. Another one I really like is like charging them like 200 or 300, really like small price to do like some basic picture ads, you know, basic next door ads, or you can do like neighborhood watch ads, or you can do like basic Instagram ads, just picture simple ads, and you only charge a minimum amount, $200 to $400. This one, Google agencies right now in very high demand. You know, most of these offline businesses, they do not have an optimized Google page. So that's a service you can provide to them, you know, for 700, 1,000, whatever your expertise in Google is, you can do where their SEO is really good. So whenever somebody search their name, or you can do, you know, keyword ads for their business. So I think Google Ads agency is really high demand, and a lot of people that have Google Ads agency in 2023, most of the time they only do services for online businesses, e-commerce store. Nobody really does it for like offline restaurants or hotels or jewelry stores. If you don't know what kind of agency model you want to pick, I would recommend you have a Google agency for offline businesses. And this is pretty much all for second step. And remember, first and second step are pretty much combined together, because let's say if you do the second step, right, you do all the research about the business model you picked in the first step and it doesn't make any sense to you at the end, what you want to do is you want to go back to the first step, you want to change the business model and go back to step 2, do more research, ask more questions. If it still don't make sense, go back to first step. So this is where you want to do the cycle till you find a business model you are like, this makes so much sense to me, I'm gonna make so much money with this business model. Till you can say that to yourself, I would keep going between first step and second step, first step and second step. Now we're gonna go to the third step. Third step is actually my favorite, getting your first client. Best feeling in the world. So this is gonna be the hardest thing to do for most people, but I'm gonna give you some free sauce. So what you wanna do is you pretty much wanna go to any person you know that got a business. It could be a friend, it could be a family friend, or your distant relative. You know, if you don't have anybody in your family that got a business, then you gotta go out to the street and, you know, ask other people. But what you're gonna tell the business owner is be like, listen man, I'm gonna run your ads for free. You don't pay me a single dollar till you see new customers start walking in your location. And they're gonna be like, for real? You're gonna be like, for real, man, I'm gonna put my money on the line. I'm gonna perform the service for you to free, but I want you to spend your money on ads. So you pretty much tell the client, man, you spend your money on ads and I manage your ad account and you will see the results. I'm gonna give you this trial for free for the first month. And if you like the service at the end of the 30 days, let me know. If you don't, you know, we shake hands and we go our separate ways. Again, I get it. There's always gonna be business and I'll be like, nah, I'm good, man. I don't wanna spend any money on ads. But as of 2023, if you look at it, a lot of business owners, even old school business owners, they understand that ads are killing it, man. People are killing our TikTok ads, Facebook ads, and Gary Vee has pumped out so much content. All these guys know what ads are. They know what social media is, the power of social media, their digital marketing. They know the basics of social media. They just don't know the nitty-gritty stuff. So that's why offering them to run free ads for them is gonna do wonders for you. And that's where, you know, we go back to step second, where I did my research. I really got deep into the research, so I know that this kind of offer will work for it. So again, you might have a different kind of service, you might have a different business model, but the base is gonna stay the same. For your first client, when you have no testimonial, nothing going on for you, you are down bad, man. So you pretty much gotta let somebody kind of shake hands with you, like you take the risk on your money and I take the risk on my time, and I try my best to get you new clients. So now after you got your first client, you want to do the same thing and get at least 2 clients, you know, just to kind of balance it out. So you now got 2 free clients and they're giving you ad money. All you got to do is play around with their ad money and get them results, because what's going to sell is now your service, is the testimonial. So you actually really need these first 2 clients to actually get good results. And at the same time, while you're performing your service to these 2 guys, you know, you can name drop these 2 businesses and keep pitching to new business owners in the area. You always want to be pitching, you never want to stop, you know, but right now the main focus is getting testimonials. So you really want to work on these 2 businesses you got right now. And another thing I would tell you, all the business owners know this, if they are giving you anything more than 1,000, 1,200 each month, they want to see results, man. It's not a joke going on. If somebody give you 1,200 every month, they want to see new customer walking into your location. So if you charge a premium price, make sure you can bring them customers. But if you think you cannot bring them customers, I would keep your prices a little bit down. You know, maybe you can stick to next door ads or Pinterest ad, whatever service you want to provide. Just know that if you charge them a premium price, they're gonna expect a premium service. Just like anything in the world, man, digital marketing is not magic. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You know, we had many clients that get great results in the first month, but we have some clients that have to wait like 5-6 months till the balls really start rolling and they see results. And for some clients, you won't be able to get them results. I actually give you a good story, a failed story of my Tetra agency. We actually had onboarded a client, it's an e-commerce client, and they wanted me to sell their product. We got them a website and everything. We did a lot of shoots for them. We got them a lot of UGC ads, but just nothing seemed to work. They would do few sales here and there, but we couldn't make it past that over 5,000 per month mark. They would stay under that. They will make 2,025 a month, but nothing over that. So, after 8-9 months, I just went to the client and I just told them, man, I just performed the best services I could. I tried everything I could. I just couldn't make your brand work. Sorry. So I'm just gonna let you guys go. And pretty much we shake the hands. And I think this is where the really understanding comes into play. You really want to work with business owners and you really want to explain to them that digital marketing is not magic, man. You just don't randomly make something famous, somebody famous, or start selling a product more on internet. You try stuff, you do marketing from their end, you put their product in the best light possible, and you give the best effort to get a new customer. So this is where explaining comes into it. And you're always gonna have some bad story, but you're gonna have some great clients. You might have a client, you just onboarded them, you got them some UGC ads, and the first video we post for them, it went viral. And they're like, man, this is the best service I ever had. Don't get discouraged. You just let them go, tell them how it is, man. I just couldn't make it work. But thank you so much for spending time with us, or thank you so much for trying our agency. If you even have an unsuccessful client, I just want you to be honest, man. Every single person loves honesty, and they will really appreciate that you were being honest with them. At the end of the day, this is what I like. Me and my brother, we actually run this company together, so we have this joke. Anytime we couldn't make a client successful, we like, oh, it's not us, it's their product. It's just a joke we have, but that's how you want to think. You just want to think about the next positive thing. You don't want to think about the last negative thing. You want to think about the next positive thing. And that's where we're going to go into the step number 4. So step number 4 is a little bit complicated. It's basically you really trying to get in the owner's shoes and really trying to understand their business. Asking them really good questions like, hey, so how do you do this in your business? How does this work? Asking them questions about their revenue. So how much revenue you made last year? And I get it, some business is gonna be iffy. They're not gonna give you any numbers or nothing like that. And that's fine, however they wanna run their business. If they pay me money, but they don't wanna tell me their revenue, that's completely fine with me, So you just gotta work with what you got. You're never gonna have a perfect client where they just be like, yes, sir, what you want me to do? No, they got their own time. They wanna do their own thing. Most of these guys, they just wanna hire you and want you to perform the service. They don't wanna be too much involved in the process, but it just depends whatever your target audience is. So, for my sales process, what I like the best, I divide my sales process into 2 calls. We do a discovery calls and a sales pitch call. What is discovery call? Discovery call is very simple. Whenever a client shows some interest, or I would ask the client and be like, hey, is social media you are interested in? Is that something you want to try for your business? If they answer yes to that question, or they come to me, be like, hey man, I want to try social media for my store or for whatever business they got, I'll be like, okay, cool, man. I'm going to ask you some questions. Is that okay with you? So when they say that, I ask them a bunch of questions. I have a huge list, not a huge list, it's 1 page, and I got like 8-9 good questions. I would ask them, why did you start their business? How much profit? How much revenue? What's your biggest expense? What's a goal you're trying to achieve? How does your business make money? How long you been in the business? So just some basic question. Really try to understand what's going on. Like really get in it. Like be nosy. Like what's going on in your business, bro? Like tell me like what's going on. So that's discovery call. I learn everything about their business, and then the second part of my sales process is pretty much sales pitch. I like meeting in person, and we pretty much let them know that this is the plan I came up with you. I let them know like this is what we're gonna do. We're first gonna make videos, and then we're gonna start posting on TikTok. We're gonna run some ads, and we're gonna make you viral in the area. So the first discovery call is all about their business. Now it's about what you do. So I always ask them, do you have any questions for me, or you have any questions about what we do at Tetra Agency? Do you have any questions about content creation, how UGC ads work, how paid ads work, how Instagram works? Do you have any questions? If they say no, then I'm showing them the pricing. If they have any questions, I would first answer all the questions they have about that. You don't want to show them your pricing first and then trying to explain what you do at your agency. You want to explain first everything you do at your agency, how you're going to help them, and then at the end you show your prices. That's just how I like my process to be. Everybody's different, whatever works for you. And this is just going back to step second. You want to change it up. See how first and second step is linked? You repeat is the same with third and fourth step. You get the clients, and then you learn more about them, see what they want, try to help them make more money, and you just go back and forth. And if that doesn't work, you go back to the third step, you get a new client and try to get them sales. If that doesn't work, you repeat the process again. And that's how you gather testimonials. And we all know that once you have testimonials, it's going to be really easy to sell your service services rather than not having any testimonials. And you know, just by following these steps again and again and again, I was able to scale my agency to $17,500 per month. Even in recession, you know, when people are saying people not making money and all that, man, people are always making money. And that's pretty much all I had for this video. Hope you guys learned something. If you have any more questions, man, let me know in the comments. And you guys already know, you know, if you DM me on Instagram, I always try my best to get back to people. The real ones know. All right, man. Peace.